Straight Black Pride movement is made up of a lot of different black organizations that already exist. Some are very militant like ours. Some are not. Some are churches. Some are different. This is the reason though. One of the things we don't talk about with economics is why our community is in the economic situation. And if you get to Mind Your Black Business, parts 1 and 2, what you'll realize is that a significant amount of the reality is this. Once you decide to take control of your economics, it ain't no two ways about it. You have to be able to fight. I'm going to say it again.
Who always say that? Don't I always say you got to have an army? If you're talking about building something in your community, you got to have an army. Because believe it, them white folks is not going to just let you take back this shit. You got to have that, and people don't want to deal with that.
This is the thing, and this is why a lot of black people don't do it. See, we don't understand. I had a person that told me, a brother that told me that Dr. Asa Hilliard told him that he had counted, I can't remember, it was 800. It was some ridiculous amount of black communities that had been burned down in the North. And I never forgot him telling me that. When I started doing my research, what I found is that we only know about Black Wall Street and Rosewood. The reality of it is that after slavery, we built like you can't believe, even in the 50s and 60s.
Oklahoma alone had over 50 black.
Yeah. But this is the part we don't realize, is that in order for us to be in the economic situation we in now, a lot of black people were murdered. And a lot of physical wars in the street happened. Right. Many of them happened right here in this New York, right. Particularly with the numbers, which when we talking about an economy, we talking about multi-billion-dollar industry that totally belonged to black people, and it was created by black people. Mm-hmm. Our industry, right. Which we gave ourselves jobs. We control the complete industries and economics of our community with numbers. Right. We now have a complete industry. We talking about now it's $1 trillion industry that was physically taken through us through a combination. You got to get a book called Policy Kings, called The Kings. It's the state government, federal government, and local government, and the mafia came together and completely dismantled this. Why did they do it? Because they took it and created what we call the lottery today, where they making trillions of dollars off an industry that was owned by us. What am I saying? I'm saying it's beautiful to talk about how we have to treat each other in business. It's beautiful to talk about all the economic development and infrastructure we need to build. All that's great. But the real discussion is, once we start building stuff, in the process of doing that, if we don't got these knuckleheads that like to fight, like to hurt people, prepared to defend the community, if we ain't got some of that extra money that we got for security, the reality of it is businesses are going to get burned down. People going to have tax problems that they can't get out of. He had a brother that had contracting business. Brother had, he was over $10 million worth of contracts with the federal government, which is not a whole lot, but he was doing construction work. This is in D.C. I know the brother. He told me he worked with the brother who did it. He said the Italians came to the brother and said, look, we want 35% of your business. You know what the brother did? He downsized. Said, I'm not taking no more contracts over $5 million. Because the reality, he had two choices. Give away all his profit to them or fight. He ain't have an army to fight. Our people are not organized to say, see, that's the time. See, if we had this thing operating correctly, the brothers that's in the hood that don't want to go work and everything, that's the time they can make a lot of money. Because look, if you got the opportunity to go from a $10 million contract to a $20 million contract, but in order to do that, you got to send some messages. Right. That means you got $100,000 to play with. You ain't got to spend $100,000 in the hood to get some things done. Right. So now you got an industry where brothers know, I can't, I hope something happens. Look, they hope somebody wants to stop economic development because that's their time to get a paycheck, doing stuff they like to do anyway.
That's why we need to control our own economics in our community, because organizations like New Black Panther Party and that, they should be on payroll.
That's what I'm talking about.
They should be on payroll. You understand what I'm saying?
Who's payroll?
The community's payroll. The community's pay. If you got a community, if you got a
payroll. The minute we start asking for donations to keep this movement going,
no, but understand this. If you
the people do this shit for free.
If you control the businesses in your community, right? And the businesses in the community, I mean, take Harlem for example. They have it. They have what they call the Uptown Chamber of Commerce. All the businesses, or a lot of the businesses in Harlem, are members of the Uptown Chamber of Commerce. They pay dues into that Uptown Chamber of Commerce. You understand? So what do? They got these kids called BID walking around Business Industrial District. They walk around the neighborhoods making sure everything is correct. You understand? These people is getting paid. You understand? We need to have our army, New Black Panther Party, and other organizations like that on a payroll that the businesses in the community are contributing to a fund for security.
Well, look what we're doing. We doing this in my community now.